IDS 301, Session A, Fall 2020. Welcome to Module 2, which actually starts tomorrow, but because I have IDS 302 starting their module today, I'm going to do both videos. What do we got here? It's about 1:45 on a Wednesday, is it? Yeah. Okay, so how's it going, everybody? I hope it's going well. I'm going to try to be efficient here. Let me just first say that Module 2 for you guys is like 12 days long. Now, I know there's a lot of things to do in Module 2, and I know we have a holiday weekend, like using air quotes, holiday weekend. So I'm giving a little extra time because, you got that first module introduction out of the way, hopefully. I haven't looked at the discussions yet, you in interdisciplinary studies and IDS degree program internet research, but I'm sure you aced those and we'll get to that. And we're going to dig ourselves into some deeper info now. So in terms of, remember I said the late policy is technically 10% per day for 5 days, unless you let me know beforehand. And by beforehand, I'd like to say, generally speaking, the day it's due at the latest during the day. All right. Not like 5 minutes to midnight, like 10 o'clock. It's not that you have been, but kind of like you to meet me halfway on this. My son, who's locked in back there, he's stressing out already because he had a discussion board due at 11:59 a.m. in one of his honors classes, and he watched the wrong movies. He didn't have enough time, and he's just stressing. And I realized my late policy is a little different. But he emailed his instructor, and then I told him, hey, skim through that movie as quick as you can, get the gist of it, post something, move on. And he did, but then his instructor came back and said, oh, sure, I have until the rest of the day. So he's got a better head of hair than me, so he's pulling it out. But meet me halfway. Just don't do last minute. I'll make a deal. I will give you should be asking for no more than like a 2-day extension. I think that's fair, isn't it? I do want to keep you on course for the course. So let's just kind of be responsible, but take advantage of the flexibility, right? Cool. All right. So, um, I don't know why I wrote I work early, but I guess I do. I work early in the morning. I get up at 5, get on my walk, get back here, set up shop by 6:37 or so, but it's later the more it gets light later. And uh, I work early in the morning. I don't work very late, so sometimes I'm kind of right there. That's the recliner, and I'm watching my television. It's no shame, right? But I usually bring my laptop with me over there. But come on, you guys, you see how far away that is? It's the other side of the world. Okay. Remember, there's 3 Easter eggs, not 2. If I screw up, I'll try to catch it and put it in the announcement, but I'll put 3 Easter eggs in the announcement. All right, so the work in this course is very foundational, right? You're kind of getting the gist of that now, aren't you? Get center here. It's a conceptually difficult topic field to grasp, right? It's not like you're doing business, you're doing communication, you're doing engineering, you're doing math, you're doing these things that you can wrap your mind around. But interdisciplinary studies, what the heck is that, right? And we're getting through that. This is foundational. So, again, interdisciplinary studies is the academic version of integration, right? Integration is something we do every day when we navigate through our days, through our jobs, through our personal lives, etc. We're integrating, okay? We really can't compartmentalize, all right? Um, so interdisciplinary studies is the academic version of that, and the foundational material is very conceptual based. And so while you may find some of this to be, what is this? What's the point? What's the importance? What's the secret message? It is a exercise in Get your mind right. No, it's to get your mind to get on with your chosen degree, but in your chosen fields, right? So that's where we differ from others. um, it's very appropriate. Obviously, we talked about this for 21st century issues, problems that come at us from so many different angles. I mean, there's problems, up here in China. There's problem. That's China, right? Oh, that's Russia. I can't see. Sorry, I should know these things. Hold on. Oh yeah, that is Russia. Damn it. Um, global issues, right? We're not the same society we were back when I was a kid. Growing up in the 60s and 70s, you pretty much had your information fed to you by only three networks: ABC, NBC, CBS, by Walter Cronkite and then Dan Rather, by Huntley Brinkley, and by somebody else. But it was very distilled, it was very homogenous. It ignored a lot of things that we're seeing now. So now is we need something like interdisciplinary studies to address these issues. Module 2 has 200 points, so that is 20% of the course right there. Another reason why, it's a little longer, I guess. Let's get Easter egg number 1 out of the way right away, and let's go back to a oldie but a goodie. You can tell how important this is to me to get through to you, to hardwire it. What is it? Oh yeah, you got it. IDS equals integration. Okay, because as we get through here, I'm going to remind you of this again so that you can say then at some point, oh yeah, so now I kind of get more than just saying it in module 1. Now I'm getting what IDS is, why integration is so important. You're getting a lot of that information from here. Okay, so IDS equals integration, Easter egg 1. Uh, the objectives of this module are to gain awareness of the history, background, and context of interdisciplinary studies in the IDS program. It's really important to have some kind of foundation again, right? A literal foundation. Where do we come from? Okay, from our family tree. Where do we come from? We get those roots in there, right? So we want to know the background and context. All right. So another objective is define and explain the following terms: academic disciplines, intradisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinary, and integrative thinking. Again, I apologize for the video I think I did last week. Wow, I got to get my head straight. I think I introduced material you didn't have yet, blah, blah, blah. I had some things in here that we did already. So I'm getting on the right page, and I sincerely apologize and appreciate your patience. um, so I'm going to get into those things, but the to-do list for this module, again, if you run into any problems downloading any of the PDFs or anything, please let me know. Please let me know. All right. So we're going to be reading chapter 1 and 2 from Tanner's Integrative Studies, as well as attached articles by Meath, by Humphreys, and then looking at the pyramid and the approaches. Okay. Um, did I just screw? I keep thinking again. Forget it. Sorry, babbling. Um, we'll take a look at those. I want you to look at those because when I do the second video, which may not be now because this is so early, you guys can finally take a break. Let's see. Today's the 26th. I said this goes to the 7th, which is Labor Day. So video 2 will be posted probably about September 1st or 2nd, because what does this say here? Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Really, it's just the modules on my calendar. Yeah, you guys end on the 7th. I'll be putting a new video out probably on the 2nd, okay, which is a week from today. All right, so no worries on that. Just try to get the Easter eggs, give you the 5 points and what have you. So moving on, let's go with the Easter egg number 2 is know the disciplinary approaches. Know the disciplinary approaches. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean going into module 2, the learning materials, And disciplinary approaches, I had this open already. Well, I'm opening it again. All right, so the pyramid, catch that? Okay, this is intradisciplinary. It's looking at something from a single discipline. So it's example of I'm gonna, just study math or study chemistry. I'm gonna look at a problem through the eyes of chemistry. Disciplinary approach is chemistry, right? Cross-disciplinary is when you're looking at an issue from the point of view of one discipline through another discipline. The classic is looking at the mathematics of music. Okay, that's one. Looking at maybe architecture through sustainability, right? You get me? Looking at domestic terrorism through religious studies or economics. This is cross disciplinary. You're still founded in your own discipline, but you're going to say, I'm going to take a look at this issue through this discipline. Okay. Remember, you're not doing these side by side. Imagine the disciplines, right? Whereas multidisciplinary, yes, then you're looking at something. So, you've got an issue, let's say Black Lives Matter. I hate to use that, but it's a big issue right now. But you can look at it through, you know, race and gender studies, African American studies, sociology, economics, law and order, right? Crime and punishment, uh, political science. There's so many areas, and if a committee was tasked to look at that through those, and they were multidisciplinary, they would do their own work individually, not work with each other at all, and they would submit their work. Going up to the interdisciplinary, obviously sound familiar, could be those same group of experts, or it could be an individual, but they're looking at it multiple disciplines with integration, endeavoring to integrate, okay, to come to solutions that, get into all the areas, all right? Transdisciplinary, trans means to go beyond. To go beyond the disciplines means to involve other stakeholders as well. So, for example, if you want to talk about this, some kind of border crisis or illegal immigration, let's say down in southern Arizona, you start with the issue more. That's the issue. So, who we want to bring in? Well, we want to bring in um, maybe geography specialists. We want to bring in, some type of international relation, political science, Spanish speaking, but you want to also bring in maybe ranchers, law enforcement, border patrol. Doesn't mean they're academics in law enforcement, the border patrol, ranchers, chamber of commerce, businesses, victims, undocumented immigrants. That would be a transdisciplinary type look at approach, okay? So you'll find in the article by Meath, um, which is one page after the cover page. It's just one page, but Meath goes into these further. All right, so you know what you're getting into with disciplinary approaches, right? Then there's a different look, just different approach. It gives you a different conceptualization imagery of it. Okay, so notice here the single discipline, problem. Okay, cross discipline, one discipline through another discipline, problem. Multidisciplinary, problem, discipline. Interdisciplinary studies, disciplines working with each other, then to the problem. Transdisciplinary, circular, problem in the middle. Okay, those are important ways to get imagery, because some of us learn better by seeing it, and it's hard to conceptualize something that's that difficult. Then you're going to read Why Integrative Learning, Why Now by Humphreys. Even though it is rather old, it's still now. It's still Why Now. It's a short 2 pages, I think. And then there's that's it for you guys, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that's it for you. And chapters 1 and 2, I'll look further into those as we move forward. Um, I have a problem then too, and I'm moving forward to address it. So, discussion 2.1 has two parts, and you've got to do responses on this, right? It's a discussion. We're talking about the disciplinary approach pyramid that we've talked about just now. I try to make it really clear because some of the early problems I had with students was that they would automatically jump to an occupation, politician, okay, police officer, right, priest. Those are not disciplines. Remember I talked about that? Those are occupations. You can use occupations, but you can't just jump the discipline to get to the occupation. If you're looking at an example here, you're going to do examples. You could say the mathematician practicing mathematics, the chemist using chemistry, for religious studies, represented by a rabbi who has academic scholarship in religious studies. Remember, not everybody in their occupation matches what they have. Here I am teaching you and having you call me professor, and I don't have a PhD, but I'm qualified to do the job. Stop it. I know what you're thinking. I'm just kidding. All right, so take a look at that and let me know if you have any questions. For the second discussion, which is not a discussion, it's you're writing on the discussion board. Everybody can see what you're doing. We're just kind of looking at it. You're going to talk about describing interdisciplinarian, okay? And think outside the box here because, and use the text. I'm going to be looking for you to not only, use the things that you see in the readings, things you see in the text. If you come with me, come and post to me what you think interdisciplinarians are based on what you thought coming into the program without anything you've learned in the first week and a half. You're going to get docked a lot, okay? Because remember, this college generally, this isn't about you coming here and then just regurgitating everything you know already. It's taking what you know already and pulling in the new stuff and then put it on display, right? So that's an important aspect of things. Um, okay, I have got a problem here. I just realized the quiz is based on chapters 1 through 5, I think. Oh no, wait, I think it is 1 and 2. I'm gonna double check. I believe it's 1 and 2 though. I get 302 mixed up with 301. You guys should be fine. It is a uh, 30 true and false questions. Piece of cake, right? 50%. Okay, they're worth 1 point each. Okay, it's a piece of cake, right? By the way, going back to the discussions on the first one, talking about the committee or whatever, give it a try to not use I, me, my. I'm not going to ding you for that, but try it. Oh, I, me, my. Get yourself ready to write scholarly. For the second discussion board, peer responses are not required, and it's okay to use I, me, my, okay? Because you'll depend on what the questions are, right? All right, the plan of study is going to be something you're not going to do till next week, probably. I guarantee it. If you want to get out ahead of the game, fine. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll discuss it in the next video. You'll need your DARS, D-A-R-S, so get ready to find that. um, and that's worth 80 points. So I think we're in good shape here. I just wanted to go over the module. I know it's like, well, I could just see that myself. Yes, but a lot of people, it's a natural human thing that you should know that I know what you're going to be doing. Okay. And by knowing that, we connect a little bit, and it's not just this ephemeral instructor out there who's gonna, you don't know who it is and what's going on. So I understand what you're doing here, and if you have questions, you get a hold of me, and I'm trying to explain things a little bit as well, of course. So I'll talk about the readings, all these readings on the next video, as well as um, uh, the plan of study assignment. So there's samples in there, by the way. So we'll get rolling on that. I'll post this later. Again, not a major rush, okay? But you're already done. So what am I telling you? Okay, Easter egg number 3, capitalize the disciplines. This is going to be challenging. Capitalize the disciplines, but you can do it, all right? So I'm keeping this under 20 minutes. Forks up. Peace.